Folks, welcome to Phoenix Business Exchange. It is the 13th of November. And the temperature's dropping, but you know what? If you've seen Sam, you've seen your tires change, then you should be good. We're going to start off with words of wisdom from Herr Mike. Mike, over to you, sir.
Great. Thank you, Bernie. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. And here we are starting almost the middle of November. Can you believe that? I want to talk to you a little bit this morning, again, about a very important subject, I think, which we all agree with, is communication. So a quote that I came across was, responding is the managed equivalent of reacting. It is the cornerstone of communication culture. So have you ever wondered why some people seem to have such an easy path through life when it comes about communication? Well, of course you have. We all have. Well, the key to this easier path and to all things is based in communication. And yes, that is a big claim, but you know what? Really, it's not. Look at it this way. All things that have ever been accomplished by people have one basic foundation in common. This is the ability to communicate ideas, organize knowledge, and inspire others. So what is the key? Well, the key is leveraging your ability to communicate with a purpose to effectively move forward towards the goal that you've set. Meanings, well, let's say managing your reaction. Well, that's an internal communication, and controlling your emotions also is your internal communication. Building rapport with others, that's your external communication. And resolving conflicts, which is an internal external communication. And of course, most people do some of these things some of the time, but only if you do most of these things most of the time. Those who do are master communicators, and those skills create much better results than average. And if you go back to the beginning, well, for instance, for one, I'm always been interested in all forms of communication for as long as I can remember, including how information has been shared over humanity and the history of humanity and the impact that it has made in our world. And starting all the way back with cave drawings is one of the many milestones in creation and growth of communication. So why not start at the beginning? So find yourself a cave and make a drawing. Seriously, simply put, the key is rooted in your ability to communicate. It's not that you can communicate, it's how you can communicate that makes the difference. And the real key is in the learning how to gain control of your skills. To do this, you need knowledge and how the mind works and how to manage your emotions and how to navigate with interactions with others. So here's the big tip of the day. If you're looking to notch up your game in developing your communication skills, I urge you to listen to Carl Richards from Speaking or Speaking podcast. Carl has a plethora of podcasts with essential communication skills from experts in the field around the world. I urge you to do yourself this communication favor and listen to these podcasts to gain some essential communication insights. These podcasts are amazing. I have listened to a pile of them in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I have to tell you, I was kind of stuck in my kind of marketing and kind of trying to get inspired or what have you. And I got to say, Carl, man, your experts that you have, they have so many great tips, and it's not even the tips. It was inspiring. It made me feel like, yeah, you know what, this is right here. This I can do this. And these podcasts, these learnings, really broke through that barricade and made me very excited and passionate about what I'm doing, and creating a nice flow back into my business. So I thank you for that. So I'll leave you with, if you want to rise, do the difficult. Bernie?
Mike, thank you so much. I'm going to do a quick share because I need to highlight this, and I'll just take us out of our normal circuit of how we go through our mornings. It's the Christmas party. Ho, ho, ho. And I know everybody's just looking forward to having Christmas just around the door. So if you go into the calendar for the Phoenix calendar inside the pbex.ca, you can find out what's going on. There's the contest details, 6 ways to get your ballot. So, 6 ways from Sunday, so to speak. To register, click here. It's $10 plus HST. And if you have any questions or you want to pay by e-transfer, info@pbex.ca. I would put in the comments section, if you're doing an e-transfer, tell Tony what you're paying him the money for. Just like, here's $10, Tony, thanks. As opposed to, it's for the Christmas party. And location is right there at Windsor Park, Rivera, 990 Hunt Club. So it's findable. It's just December 9th, 3 to 5 p.m. I'm going to stop sharing now. And we're going to revert over to the crew at hand. And we're going to start off with Carl.
Well, good morning, everyone. And thanks, Mike, for the accolades. I posted the link to that in the chat. My name is Carl Richards. And essentially what I do is I help subject matter experts, be they coaches, consultants, people who work in the EV field, or if you're a medium, if you're a car guy, if you're a business owner. That's what I do, is help you not only navigate the somewhat confusing and technical space of podcasting, but we help you launch and maintain it so you can be seen as the go-to expert. So looking forward to having a conversation with individuals who are looking for that, or if you know anybody who is a coach, consultant, and wants to really level up their marketing game and allow themselves to be seen as the go-to expert and also elevate their credibility, and I'd love to have a conversation with them.
Carl, thank you so much. You know what else? Just as a quick sidebar, I'm going to put in our LinkedIn Live link before I go over to Eric, who's looking everywhere but at the screen. So I'm giving Eric a heads up that I'm coming towards him. So there's the link, and so you can put your contact details in the LinkedIn Live. Eric, over to you, sir.
Yes, Bernie, that's called multitasking.
I thought I'd give you a multi-heads up.
Good morning. Eric Sonego of the accounting firm Eric Sonego Professional Group. We specialize with small and medium-sized companies. We are in Canada, and everything else about us you'll find in the chat line.
Eric, thank you so much. I'm going to do Alex and then Shane. So Alex, over to you.
Good morning, everybody. Alex from eVolta Electric. We are an electrical contractor based in the Ottawa area with a focus on sustainability. So what that means is we go after projects where we help people and organizations reduce their carbon footprint. And we do that through the supply and installation of electric vehicle charging stations, both residential, commercially, the level 1s and level 2 chargers. Sorry, apologies, level 2s and level 3 chargers. We're also involved in energy storage solutions, which is big batteries that can harness electricity that you can use in the event of a power outage. Building automation, LED lighting is a big one for us. Can save people and organizations lots of money and energy. And of course, general electrical work. So if you need an electrician in the Ottawa area, please give us a call. I'll put the details in the chat. Thank you.
Alex, thank you so much. Shane, over to you, sir.
There you go. Hey, guys. Dr. Shane Bales for Proaction Health and Performance. It's a tongue twister. Anyways, talking about communication. There's a lot of communication been going on about the concussion stuff, the new consensus that came out. But still, there's teams that aren't getting the baseline testing or getting any testing done. My neighbor actually was playing the tournament this weekend. He ended up getting cross-checked from behind, had some headache, not feeling tired, and they want to get him checked out. So I go, well, do you have any baselines? No baseline. So I'm doing everything that I can for an assessment wise, not knowing what his normals are, which makes it a little bit more difficult to return them to play. They do need a doctor's note a lot of times, and usually it's the MD doctor's note, even though sometimes they're not that well versed in concussions. But what I do is I provide an assessment. I give it to them to take, and they go to the doctor and usually can sign off unless he's really well versed in it, which is fine, and they can do it their own way. But it's really important to have some of those baseline testing, so where you know what average is and stuff like that. And to me, what he came in was with whiplash, and the poor kid couldn't play for the rest of the tournament because obviously there wasn't that availability of having that doctor's note. And sometimes, err on the side of caution is good. And we don't want to be pressured, but to me, I was able to put him through a circuit of high intensity exercise. I was able to look at his eye tracking and everything pretty well checked out. His symptoms went away within a day, and whiplash can mimic a lot of concussion symptoms as well. So I think the kid will be quite fine and be back on the ice next week. So if you have any questions about those types of things, give me a call. I'm Shane Bales, Proaction Health and Performance. What differs from us is our competitors is we see results pretty immediately. All right, guys, take care.
Jane, thank you so much. Greg, then Tanya.
Morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a great weekend. My name's Greg Hollander. I'm with Keller Williams Integrity, and I'm a realtor in the Ottawa area. And I work primarily with people who are downsizing. That would be either empty nesters or seniors, and sometimes even children of seniors who are helping their parents transition from their home to residence or a different place of living. Greg Hollander, Keller Williams, and just to give everyone a heads up, I may have to skedaddle. Something came up this morning. I'm kind of in the middle of negotiating something, and the hazards of real estate happens. Okay, thanks a lot. Take care.
Greg, that's a good hazard. Do you want to do the I have portion right now, since you're not going to be here likely in the tail end of this story?
No, that's okay. I don't have much from last week. Thanks.
Just business is good. That's awesome. Greg, thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Tanya.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tanya Hewitt from Beyond Safety Compliance, seated on the unceded, unsurrendered territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe peoples. Hidden in plain sight. This is a phrase that is used a lot, and I was right up against this phrase this past weekend when I went to a religious service. And normally I am familiar with a lot of the material that is used in these services, but we were told this particular reading is never read in any Sunday masses, any weekday masses. It's never, ever read. Why? Because it is a reading that very viscerally attacks the church. There might be some types of materials that are in businesses like employee feedback forms and things like this that never see the light of day because they attack the business. However, there is value in seeing these hidden in plain sight items because they might be helping you see what needs to be addressed. Tanya Hewitt from Beyond Safety Compliance. How does your work look?
Hey, thank you so much. Jacqueline, over to you.
Good morning. And what a way to welcome in the week when I took my walk and I lifted my shoulders and I took them back and I dropped them down and I said, it is Financial Literacy Month. And so we're busy giving a full swing. It is. And so I have a 5-minute workout, but this time I'll just take 30 seconds and talk about 7 things, just 7 basic things to consider. And people might say they're financial blunders. First one, spending too much money on a car. Yikes. Spending more than you have. Shocking. Putting away savings, retirement, something. Fourth, not understanding loan agreements. And I'm going to come back to this because do you understand what your fixed payment variable rate mortgage means? Number 5, creating a workable solution for a budget. 6, truly thinking about your lifestyle. How much are you spending? How much are you saving? And then what is your credit? Are you ignoring it? So number 4 was all about the fixed variable rate product. And as rates have gone up, we're not sure just how well we're going to do. That's a conversation with me, because when you're looking for answers and strategies for your mortgage solutions, you want to contact your mortgage honey.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. Madam Ebbs, over to you.
There we go. Susan Ebbs from Total Renewal, and I'm the cleaning lady supplier of your business. We have products that are natural, plant-based, and non-toxic. I had a conversation with someone yesterday that wondered why there's so many cases of autism and ADHD and conditions like this. And I said, guess what? It's our cleaning products. They're full of toxins. So I have a solution. We have Soluguard in our fancy spray bottle. starts out in a bottle like this. You put a little in the bottom of the spray bottle, and it is concentrated, so it goes a long way. SoluGuard is 99.9% effective against germs and things like COVID. It is based with lemon, so it smells nice. We don't like things that are not nasty smelling. So Susan Ebbs for all your total non-toxic cleaning needs.
Susan, thank you so much. Now over to the lad that's celebrating today, Sam.
Thank you, birthday. Thank you, Bernie, birthday boy here.
Oh, you or me?
I think it's me. I think it is. I'm not sure. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Sam Sturris, connectedcars.ca. Well, now that you've got your tires, winter tires put on your car, and you got your brakes checked for the winter, and you're all set, well, it's time to start thinking about Christmas. And you know what you should be getting for Christmas? If you don't have one already, a dash camera. Very important thing to have in your vehicle in case of an accident. Usually when those things happen, nobody wants to admit they're at fault and fingers get pointed in all different directions. You don't want to be there. You want to have a camera that says, here's exactly what happened in that accident. They'll save you time, money, stress, all kinds of great things. That's why I have them in my cars, and that's why I recommend them for everyone. So if you don't have one in your vehicle, put it on your Christmas list for this year. I don't care if I put it in, you can put it in yourself. Sam Sturris, connectedcars.ca, today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle and a heck of a lot more.
And just as a side note, a DIY is not mounting it on your front bumper. Camera never looks good there. Tony, we're going to go over to you, and then we'll do White's recording if it's available too. Or I can skip over and we can come back to it.
Yep, hang on. Just getting a couple of things done.
Not a problem.
Hi, everybody. Tony Jennis from Higher Self. I'm the spirit guy of the group. Got a call from a mother a couple of days ago that her daughter's in gymnastics. And a lot of the routines and techniques that she was doing, the flips and so on, were going very well. Then all of a sudden, it didn't work anymore. A lot of the flips were off. She's also not sleeping. There's several other things that are going on that it's really a big thing for me, having nightmares, anxiety, cries for no reason, is fearful. So this way the mother realizes that there's something more than just something mental here, because she went to her coach and went through some things, and everything is good from a physical perspective. So she's coming in, she's about 8 years old. She's coming in so we can communicate with her energy. And I'm really glad that Mike brought this up as a theme, because you can communicate with depression. You can communicate with anxiety. It's an intelligence. We have to find out who's in charge. If you're going through all of that, that means they're in charge. So there is a way that we could mitigate that to make sure that we communicate the right way so you are in charge. Tony Jennis from Higher Self, where we are here to raise your spirits. And so, yeah, is everybody else, I guess everybody else is done, eh?
Well, I'll have going to. Do you want me to do mine and you line up Dwight then?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you guys kind of know what I do. I connect people. I chat them up and I say, hey, let me introduce you to somebody you might not know and might need to know. So that's the nature of the beast of creative insight. The other leg of the journey is Knack for Business. It's a podcast. And then there's also the Property Wizard, which is a podcast. Knack for Business is talking to business people like Eric, Tanya, Alex, Pearl, Jacqueline, and more to be had. You know, we've all had chats and you've all given kind of a piece of information that's shareable and what's happening in your industry. Property Wizard is about doing commercial real estate and investing in that space. Doesn't make you a realtor, but it does help you provide some information. And the usual suspect, the World Referral Network. So just another piece of the puzzle. In the Eastern Ontario area, we have a meeting that shows up every Tuesday from 8 to 9. It's called East Trade Winds. And what that is, since you're a member of Phoenix, you are a member of WRN. And if you haven't, and it's free to sign up. So you can roll on in and come in on Tuesday mornings. The platform likes Chrome better, just saying that. And Tony, over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Bernie. And here's Dwight.
Beautiful week. I had a fantastic weekend. Vending down at Beckwick. Did another sellout session there because we're the catering specialists. We do plant-based meals in which we create the best simulated flavors of the Caribbean, in which we deliver these to our clients so that they enjoy it well. And as I said, last weekend we were able to carry this out for them. We created some carnival rice bowls, some chili, we did a pepper pot soup, and our trademark wraps, jerk tofu wraps. So we once again will be doing this soon, shortly. So Taste Sweet Life, the vegan Caribbean specialist. Thanks.
Excellent. I'm already hungry.
I know I love his chili.
It tastes good. So now over to our speaker of the for the next 10 minutes, actually 11. Sir Mike, over to you, sir.
Great. Thanks, Bernie. Again, morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing fine. So Mike from We Care Focus, Distracted and Defensive Driving. Basically, what I do is I educate, or one of the things I do is educate new drivers and about to be new drivers on the financial ramifications and the emotional consequences if they don't focus at the task at hand. Distracted driving, along with mental health, is the number one societal concern that we have now. Anybody, all you folks that are seasoned drivers have seen when you're on the road, it's just, it's becoming a mess. It's becoming an epidemic. And so my program really helps mitigate the opportunities of individuals causing an at-fault accident because they develop great habits. I'm going to share a couple of videos with you today. One of them is, the first one's about the financial ramifications, and this is about bumper covers. And bumper covers, why bumper covers? Because bumper covers is the number one most common accident at any collision shop that you'll see. If you drive to any collision shop and go in the backyard, you're going to see a mountain of damaged bumper covers, and that's just because it is so common and so easy to damage. And let's take a look why.
We Care Focus, one of the things that I educate individuals on is the financial ramifications if they don't focus at the task at hand. With over 30 years experience in the collision industry, I do know prices and how fast they can all add up, and believe me, it's very expensive. The most common accident we see at the collision shops are the bumper covers, front bumper cover and the rear bumper cover at the back of the car. Why? They're urethane bumper covers, so they're pieces of plastic. Now, the car is a high-strength steel unibody construction, so very, very strong in a case of a severe accident. But if you're just driving along and not paying attention, it's very easy to knock off or scratch one of these bumper covers, which can become very, very expensive. So let me talk a little bit about that. Why? These beeps are just very flimsy, so you can take a look by just me moving it around here. If you can see it on the video, how flimsy they are attached to the vehicle. If you just clip the side of the garage, backing out, you can easily take it out. I almost damaged that just by moving this. Now I can literally almost pull that bumper cover off. That's how flimsy they are attached. So always keep that in mind. Here's a bumper cover from a 2018 Ford Edge. It's the 1/3 of the bumper cover, and I wanted to show you this because I want to show you the flexibility in these pieces of plastic. All right, so if I just take this bumper cover and I bend it like that, you can see how fragile these are. And so just imagine how easy they are to either crack, scratch, or completely come right off the vehicle. If it's a scratch, what body shops do is they take the bumper cover off, repair the area that's damaged inside and out, and then once the repair is done, they have to refinish it. So they have to paint the bumper cover and put it back on. If you're lucky, that's around a $700 to $1,200 job. If the bumper cover does come off the vehicle and it's cracked, there's no really repairing that. It has to be replaced. To replace a bumper cover like this on an average unibody car, this is a 2015 Hyundai Elantra, which is just an average unibody economy car. That's around $3,000. So my question is, then who pays for that? You know, are you going to make an insurance claim? As a new driver, I don't think so, because your rates are probably going to go up. So are you going to get a loan? Are you going to ask a loan from the parents? Are the parents going to pay for it? Or do you have a job? If you're making $15 an hour, it's around 200 hours you have to work just to replace, that's $3,000 just to replace this bumper cover. That's how fast it can add up, and that's only if it's a bumper cover. And why I talk about that, and I add that into my program, is because hopefully when individuals know how expensive pieces are and how easily they can be damaged, they'll slow down. And when they slow down, they mitigate the risk of causing an at-fault accident. So keep that in mind. Very, very expensive pieces all the way around the car to replace or repair. And from that, yeah, I hope that's helpful, and we'll see you on future programs. Thank you.
One of the next videos I want to show you is about emotional consequences. In my reference guide, which is about 50 pages, it's chock full of great personal videos, personal stories that I've gone through in my 30 plus years in the collision industry, plus 11 years on the Eastern Ontario Sounding Board for the collision industry. I've heard a lot of it I wish I didn't hear. But this one, I have a series in my reference guide. There's 5 stages of texting, which is the #1 cause of the 8 out of 10 distracted driving accidents that happen each and every day. So let's take a look at this. This is a catastrophe. This is as worse as you get by taking somebody's life or what have you. But the point is from starting with texting driving, from fines to personal stories of injuries to personal stories of financial out of their pocket to this catastrophe of a incident that has happened or what have you. I share it. And so it's a little harsh, but really gets the point across for anybody that even seasoned drivers that are texting to take a look and really, really have a second think about this. So let's take a look.
Yeah, Mike, make sure that you share the sound as well, okay? Let's try to see if that works.
My Grace. She's my everything. She's the greatest gift that life could give. She's what makes life so beautiful, so fulfilling. To see my little girl smile is all that I lived for. But all that was taken away from me in less than a blink of an eye. I would give everything I have to see that beautiful smile just once more.
Bernie, watch out!
Grace? Grace?
Grace! Grace! Daddy's coming! Daddy's coming, baby! Daddy's coming, baby! Hold on! Hold on, baby! Grace! Somebody help her!
Hi, I need an ambulance. There's been a car accident.
Somebody help me! Guys! Wait! Look what you did!
I'm sorry.
Look what you did! Look what you did to my baby! You took her away from me! You took her away from me!
Sorry. Just can't seem to get rid of that. Well, yeah, thank you for watching that video, and you can imagine. Jesus, what the hell? Sorry about that. I don't know what's happening. Technical difficulties. Well, thank you for watching that video. And we can only imagine, for those individuals that still send a text or just even read a notification, which takes 4 seconds, you're traveling down the Queensway at 100 kilometers an hour, you just traveled the football field. It happens, people, you know what, I can get away with it. They're rolling the dice, they're gambling. But at the end of the day, it's a big gamble to take because, even a scenario, you're driving through Main Street Manotick, and you just take a look at somebody notified you on a text. You quickly read it because you think you can. You look up, you hit Mrs. Jones's baby carriage, and next thing, and the question of the day is, what do you do when a father is carrying their child towards your car from something that you have caused? And how are you going to feel? How does that play havoc on your mental health? Well, with my experiences and many stories that I know personally or what have you, it'll change your life on a dime. So is it worth it? No. At the end of the day, don't gamble, because we know gambling, sooner or later, if you play long enough, you're going to lose. It's just a matter of time. Questions? Or is there time for a question?
Yeah, I get a couple of minutes.
Well, thank you for watching those. And a good referral for me is anybody that that is a new driver, about to be a new driver, is tell them about my reference guide. It's the ultimate in safety education. It has everything you could ever think of, from great collateral material, great personal stories, essential videos, and some great website information that they can take a look at. They'll spend a few hours. They can do it on their own time. And yeah, it's probably the best thing that you can do for somebody that that's a new driver, or especially my target audience is parents, because parents all have fear. They all have fear of their loved ones starting to drive because the loved ones, the young new drivers, don't have any experience. They have no driving history or what have you. So this can really help mitigate the chances, because they're going to get some insights that they'll apply to the driving habits right off the bat. And it's also a great refresher for seasoned drivers. Thank you.
Yeah, Mike, if I can make just a small comment. To this day, I still have a family that connects to me so that they could connect to their son that was killed in an auto accident. And so when you look at it that way, when parents have to contact me so that they could contact their child. It's really a way different perspective. I don't want them to contact me, but the child is still there, and so you have to connect to a medium. So yeah, just be careful out there, and somebody's life can change in a very short time. And then they have to do it through the afterworld, and so that is really impactful for me when they come in and they want to see what's going on. And it's been 2 years now since that accident, and they're still coming in. They still want to know what's going on, and all the whys, and everything.
Well, thanks for sharing that, Tony, because again, so many individuals I know, from friends and their families to the collision shop of 30 some years, the Eastern Ontario Collision Board, so many stories, and the guilt, even causing a small accident that causes an injury or even a life-threatening injury, the guilt will continue to flow in your life, because you'll get to, when you hit somebody, and it's a common thread here, if you hit somebody and you cause an injury, and let's say it's a life-threatening injury, or it's an injury that you crippled them for the rest of their life, you will, and I think, Tony, you'll attest to this, you will know everything about that victim. You'll know when their birthdays are, you'll know what their hobbies are or were. You get to know all that, and every time you see something, it's going to remind you of it, if you're a conscious individual and a caring individual, that guilt will affect you, let alone a catastrophe like Grace's video there. That will, something like that happens to me, I check myself into the Royal, and I think after I check myself out of the Royal, I'll check myself off of a building, because I don't think an individual like myself could live with that guilt, all because I had to answer a text saying, yeah, I'll be at that sports bar in 10 minutes, or hey, I'll pick up that grocery or that item that you want or whatever while you're driving. You can't do two things at the same time. You just can't. So you can't text and you can't drive at the same time, period.
So just to work backwards, and when we turn the glove inside and out, when you're driving, you got to also realize that people are doing these things. So even though that you think someone should stop, they might not register that they are stopping. So on a motorcycle, this is a big deal. For when I'm on my bike, I am actually connecting to my energies, and I could feel this person is not going to stop, and they don't. And I've saved myself probably 3 or 4 times just by feeling that this is not good. I've got to either speed up. Sometimes half the time I'll save myself by speeding up, getting out of the way, and the other half is just laying way back, because. But when people don't have those abilities and they're just watching, oh, this person will stop. So you have to also realize that a stop sign is just a stop sign if somebody sees it and makes the effort to stop. If they don't see it.
Well, Tony, you're right. I mean, my information and my guide, it's not to make drivers or seasoned drivers paranoid. It's to make them proactive and prepared.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's what you're talking about, is when you're driving, you have to really, really be proactive and be prepared or whatever. And even as seasoned drivers, you think, okay, hey, I don't text, so I don't have a worry with this order. Yeah, well, you know what? Fool around with your GPS or your dashboard while you're driving. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? It takes your eyes off that road, and God forbid that's the few seconds that Mrs. Jones crosses the road with the baby carriage, or a bike turns out in front of you, because they make a mistake. They make a mistake by doing that, but because you're not focused at the task at hand, the collision can happen, and from that, your life can change, even if it's not your fault. Yeah. If you're driving down the car right now and somebody steps out on the curb because they're not paying attention, because they're on their phone, and you hit them, what is the guilt like, even at that level, let alone you look up after the phone and you hit somebody? How does that change your guilt? How does that play havoc with your well-being and your mental health? Yeah. It's just not worth it. Just drive. And a lot of people too, well, Mike, I can't. I hear that notification. I got to. It's a habit of mine. It's whatever excuses, rationale, or what have you. And there's a simple solution. Jump into your vehicle, take your phone, put it in the trunk of your car, or put it in the back of your SUV, and drive. And when you get to your destination, retrieve your phone. Simple as that.
Hey, time check, 8:45.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Wrapping up. Yeah, sorry, we have to motor on or we won't. I'm just going to share the calendar. Good presentation, Mike, and it's very, both videos are very direct. Thank you. All right, today is the 13th, so you know where we're at. You know, if you've booked time with Dave, you already have something squared away for midday. If you have not, do it for next Monday. Russell, moving to heel class is happening tomorrow with Penny Lee. There we go. Well, yeah, Penny Lee's going to be busy with you today between 10:30 and 11:15 too, by the way. East End group, same time, same channel. South End group on that Wednesday is East End. Thursday is the South End group. Ania with Penny Lee once again, 10 to 11. Tune in with Tony on Friday. Dwight added this event's happening 10 to 4 at the Aberdeen Pavilion, Lansdowne. So they're going to be present there. Heartlink Network, that's Susan Ebb's space. Moving to Hill, that's back with Penny Lee. Sunday, we can be with Jacqueline and just be in the chair and then zooming along, quite literally, and just getting chill and relaxed. And what else are we going to kind of cover quickly? Just a recap. Phoenix event, December 9th. Click it. $10 plus HST. Gets in there. All the details are inside the calendar event. Stop share. So other stuff you got to know about. What are we looking for? Well, we're looking for people. We're looking for business people. So travel agent, appraiser, event planner, life insurance, especially for this group, on the Monday session. House cleaner, gift basket company, and the list goes on. But most of that, as you see it, it's aiming towards the Christmas crowd. So you might want to clean up after certain events and stuff like that. Reach out to Penny Lee. Penny Lee's the contact. And if you have someone that's in business, have them reach out to Penny Lee. She's the contact. There's Penny Lee waving, saying, I'm here. Referrals. We've done 455 referrals year to date. So that means we've referred other people to our colleagues inside the Phoenix Business Exchange. BAMs, business activity meetings where we are meeting each other to get to understand the business, getting to understand why texting and driving is so dangerous. Or you want to refer somebody to Mike and say, listen, new driver, this kind of focuses on how not to be distracted while driving. In fact, that distraction will be in any place. If they're handling sharp instruments, sharp tools, dangerous tools, they're flying an aircraft, same thing, same drill. You don't want to be out in cloud 9 the wrong way. Business conducted between members. 234, actually almost close to $235,000 worth of business conducted between members year to date. That's pretty good stuff. E-card, those little, the QR codes, the physical cards, 10,478 transactions have been tapped. That's a good thing. That means people are getting to know you. There is a QR code directory right on the webpage, right at the very front, right near where you can pick, which event you want to go to, Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday events, or go to the Christmas event on December 9th. Reminder. So there, I'm going to wrap up. Now we're going to go to what's up and I haves, but since Penny Lee's just rolled in, we're going to pick on Penny Lee because she looks like she's primed and ready to rock and roll. Penny Lee, over to you.
Hi. Mike, I have done the course with you and my daughter, Amelia, when she was a new driver. And, it's really an eye-opener for me personally. I pay more attention, more consciously aware of the things that I do, but not just myself when I'm driving with other people too. I may be a pain in the butt when I point things out, but it's about my safety too, right? That they're driving. And so I think it's only fair that that I mention things. But anyways, I think it's wonderful what you're doing. And I think more people need to be taking your course so that we have more safety on the roads, because today I find that people are very unconscious in their driving. And so for me, I've had a great, by the way, I'm the dancing motivator, co-founder of the Graduate Thrivers. Super excited because I did get a new contract for my dancing on Friday. I'm working with the 55 Plus Club here in Russell, and there were 20 new people that came and absolutely loved the practice. So I'm super excited about adding that to my calendar. And so if you know people who are living with any kind of discomfort that they would like to get moving, I'm happy to share my moving to heal practice with them, and you can find me on my website on Phoenix, and all is good. So I had an opportunity to have a quick chat with Jacqueline last week. Thank you, Jacqueline. I'm here because I'm off today, so I thought I'd pop in because I'm not normally able to come on Mondays. So thank you. Have a great week.
Emily, thank you so much. And Eric, over to you, sir.
Still trying to catch my breath after watching that video. I live, on a corner lot, and there's a 4-way stop sign. And in the summer, you can sit there with a lemonade and watch these idiots not stopping at the stop signs.
Yeah.
And that includes bus for mostly transpo. That includes, the kids in bicycles. That includes all of that gang, that think that the stop signs are suggestive rather than law, and they just plow through. And we've already had several accidents because of this problem. But, I think, Mike, you're preaching to the choir. So sometimes it's different. It's the people that are not here that are the problem sometimes. This week, I am planning with my staff to complete the assignments that we have before Christmas. What else? I helped my wife do housework all weekend. And that was a very illuminating experience. And I said to her, the weekend is made to relax. Why are we working harder in the weekend than we do during the week? But that's another story.
Yeah, good point.
And Penny Lee, I'm glad to see that someone loves you. I saw you. Have a great week.
Okay, Carl, over to you. Top that one.
Well, Mike, every time I see that video, I just shake my head and I go, I can't believe we're still doing this in 2023. But anyways, thank you so much for sharing that and your wisdom as always in your introductory comments. Always learn a lot from that, and also thank you for sharing the podcast. That probably should get him a little tick in the box as well for sharing somebody else's resources that they have. I received 2, I believe, referrals from Bernie, and they look like amazing referrals or partnerships. So Bernie, thank you for that. Eric, I think you and I are going to be chatting at some point this week or next. So whenever you're ready, let's do that. And Tony, I was tuned in on Friday. So thank you so much for that. And it came at a very good time to hear that message. So thank you very much and have a great week, everyone.
Thank you so much, Alex, and then Shane.
Hi, morning, everyone. Mike, good presentation. Really enjoyed it. I think it's a good reminder for the seasoned drivers as well as the inexperienced drivers. I certainly had a wake-up call from that one, so thank you for that. I'm also this week seeing Mike at the Allura condos. We're going along with our master electrician to take a look at the opportunity for electric vehicle charging stations there for Mike. I've got the condo conference in Toronto later this week, so we're looking to raise awareness of EV charging options for condo residents down in Toronto, and doing some training for some inside sales team members this week, and try and squeeze in some BAMs as well if we can. So that's me.
Alex, thank you so much. Shane, over to you, sir.
Hey, Mike, great job. I've done a little of the course earlier. I guess it would have been 2 years ago or whatever. Mike let us go on. We had a fundraiser for a kid that needed to raise money for, I think he had cancer, leukemia or whatever, and we got to experience it firsthand. So a lot of great tips just in there about, you wanted to prevent accidents, $1,000 if you could get from one place to another, how more cautious would you drive or just be more aware? and it's just that awareness being on top of your mind, where like you're watching other people. So it's not just what the other, what other people are doing. Like some people are taking this course and some aren't, but being I guess a preventive driver rather than a reactive driver. So I think he always has great insight, and by any means, it was quite reasonable for what their kind of information that they're giving. And not to mention that video that Mike has shown, I've seen before, and yeah, it never gets any better, right? When it's something that touches your heart or you can relate to, it really speaks volumes to people. And we see that all the time. So, Mike, thanks so much. The people that friends and stuff that will know that it might be the Christmas party. I will not be at the going back to my old high university. They're honoring our day. It was a long time ago. Anyways, so parade. So if anyone's coming to Santa Claus Statesville Parade on Christmassy, but we're gonna be doing that. So I encourage everybody to come out and support it, or bring your grandkids or kids of your own, and come see us out there. So that would be great to see everybody as well. Oh, and now I'm parked, so I can actually talk to you guys here. So thanks again. Thank you, Eric, for all your work that you do with us as well. All right, have a great one, guys, and I will talk to you guys all soon. Enjoy your week.
Shane, thank you. Just FYI, a lot of your stuff was garbled, or got stretched out like a rubber band. But it was good. It was good. We understood you liked Mike and his video.
You get caught up.
Susan, over to you.
There we go. Yeah, that was a very poignant video, and brought home a lot of memories. And I'm finding nowadays that there's more distracted driving than ever. I mean, we ourselves have to just be that much more cognizant of who's driving around us and what they're doing. I know a friend of mine was involved in a minor accident 3 years ago, had suffered concussion, and to this day she is disabled and probably will never work again. So it doesn't take much to cause life-altering problems for people. So definitely need to be cognizant of driving when you're out there. Let's see. I have another session with Tony on Friday. Looking forward to that. I've really been getting good results from Tony's session, so highly recommend anyone to participate in his sessions. I have ongoing business with Penny Lee and Wendy Chung. What else? Upcoming business with Dwight and Nicole. And I had a referral to Phoenix, Penny Lee, a gentleman that I met yesterday on a Zoom call. His name is Zima Daniel. He's a life insurance with Global Life. And so I gave him your contact information. So hopefully he'll be reaching out to you. And I think that's it for me. Have a good week, everyone.
Thank you so much. And Tanya, over to you.
So Mike, one of these, well, actually I have a screen thing on. One of the diplomas I have on my wall is the risk assessment certificate that I took many years ago. And we talked about, because at the time there were a bunch of things going on about driving and cell phones and cell towers and all sorts of things. And when you combine that with my daughter's current obsession with Mayday, and of course I've been to all sorts of safety conferences for many years, and when attention has to be paid in high risk situations, that's where the cognition has to be at its peak. So if you're a pilot, that's landing and taking off. It's not flying. It is taking off and landing. When you're driving, it's backing up. It is left-hand turns or turning. These are where the cognition has to be very high. And then when we're on a straightaway, we believe that everything's fine, except when there are stop signs and stoplights and all these kinds of things. So, you know, now you introduce even more. And I can remember, sorry, I won't take too much more time, but I can remember one of the discussions about, well, it's all hands-free is fine then. Well, just put hands-free through what I just told you. If you are talking on the phone, they don't know where you are. They have no idea that you're turning left and there's maniacs on the road all around you. And, you know, no, hands-free is as dangerous. If the person is in the car, they see what you're going through and they will stop talking when you are in a high cognition state.
Yeah.
So, you know, these are all these things that nobody thinks about. So I recorded a podcast with Matthew Liddard, which is going to kickstart getting my podcast up and running again. Jacqueline and I are going to be going out on a date tomorrow, and I'm just trying to think. And I'm talking with Ishmael in order to finish up some things on my website. Have a great week, everybody.
Tanya, thank you so much. And we're going to swing over to Sam.
Thank you, Bernie. First of all, Mike, thank you for your presentation. You certainly reminded me of when I had our kids take your sessions there when they were new drivers, and I appreciate it very much. And thank goodness they did, because I haven't seen anything bad happen with them in their driving. So thank you very much for putting on those courses. But also, you reminded me of the bumper issue, and for those who don't realize it, those flexible bumpers become less flexible when we get temperatures below -10, and they become very brittle. And so you have to be very careful in the wintertime, January, February around here, not to bang those things against anything, snow bags, anything, because they will crack very quickly. So keep that in mind. Anyway, what's going on? Let's see. Well, Sheldon Carrasco was here, did oil changes and tire rotations on both his vehicles on the weekend. Dave, by the way, Dave Bellabo came by. He actually, his Model Y he just picked up ended up with a nail in the tire, and I fixed, brand new car. Had a leak in the tire, but I fixed that up for him also. And I'll see Tanya later this week to put new brake lines in her vehicle. That's it.
Sam, thank you so much. Jacqueline, over to you.
Well, Mike, I had to take a pregnant pause as we were going through that last video. That was deep. And I've seen it before, and it seems to get deeper and deeper. It's amazing how no one understands what the speed limit of 40 is in our neighborhood. I'm amazed. And sometimes I want to walk out and say, you're going too fast. Anyway, and that would be dangerous for me, but they're dangerous for other people. And well done, Carl. You made Mike love you. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow, Tanya. I know. Who knew? All right. Have a wonderful week. Ciao for now.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. Tony, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Bernie. Yeah, great reminder, Mike. Thanks. I've seen that video. I think I'm the one that sent it to you, but a very powerful message. Now I like that you incorporate that into your course. One of the things that I read last night was on Sunnyside and Bank Street. You know, very close to Lansdowne Park, down by Sunnyside and Bank. The speed limit is 60 kilometers. And they clocked, these police officer clocked a person at 150 going down there. I have no idea how you can get to 150 from one to the other, but that just shows that there's just no cognitive things there at all. There's total negligence. But that kind of stuff's happening, and it's just realizing that people have their own lives, right? And so we have to be aware of that. So, Mike, thanks a lot for that. Continuing business with Josh, he's doing some more work for us. And just a shout out to Carl. Thank you very much for really motivating me to finish those podcasts. I'm now doing it on a regular basis, and it's because of you. Thank you. You're starting to get more hits. The downloads are going up and so on. And just to take another minute or so, I read the scam of the week. And what thieves are doing now is they're detecting whether or not somebody is actually at home, either on vacation or there's not a lot of traffic. And the way they do that is they put a cookie under your front mat, your doormat, and they'll put a cookie under there. So if there is traffic, when they go back, it'll be broken. If it's not broken, it means no one's home, and then they'll shortly break in after. So I just thought that it's an interesting way to. So if somebody comes to your door and then leaves right away, just check your doormats, and just means that you were sort of being cased, I guess, in that way. Just thought you should know. Thanks a lot, Bernie.
Sounds like you should have your dog check the front door, because the dog won't let that cookie stay very long. Ever.
I know.
or if you have squirrels or chipmunks, they'll also guarantee that's gone. That's gone. Because trust me, the little villains are around my house. Mike, over to you.
Great, thank you, Bernie. Thank you for allowing me to share. And quickly, Tanya, yeah, you're right. Man, hands-free is, to me, crap. You're going down the Queensway and your boss phones you, your client phones you, and they're irate with something's going on and they're screaming at you. Tell me how much you're focused at the task at hand. Penny Lee, continue always to talk up. I do a lot of peer pressure videos and collateral materials, and one of them is about being a passenger. And basically, I have a really cool video that not speaking up can be deadly. Carl, just to let you know, Jacqueline, I fell in love with Carl way before I started listening to his podcasts. But I think again, to reiterate, his podcasts are so good with essential information. I think every education at the end, I should point towards Carl's podcast, because if it's a theme about marketing or communication, he's got it, and from subject matter experts. No, it's wonderful, really good stuff. Thank you again. And I'm seeing Alex today, and have a good week, everyone.
Mike, thank you so much. I did a referral to Josh. Carl's already mentioned that. Attended Tony's session, became Feng Shui. And the quote for the day is, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." Warren Buffett.